Welcome to Act 2 of our variety concert, broadcast to mark the 25th birthday of 96.5 Inner FM. This is Peter Byrne on stage at the Banyul Theatre in Heidelberg, where we have a great audience, and a very good-looking audience too, it's worth saying, who definitely deserve that round of applause, and thank goodness there was an audience here to give them one. We have a wonderful lineup of talent for you in this second half, including our special guests, Reg Gorman, Dorothy Baker, the John Cox Trio still to come, and of course our concert very proudly brought to you by our wonderful friends and partners, the Bendigo Bank, the Old England Hotel, and Danaher's Timber and Hardware. All right, let's get Act 2 on the road. A warm welcome back. Give it up for our host, Kevin Trask.
Thanks, Peter Byrne, one of the radio legends. I think Peter's worked at just about every radio station in Melbourne, television, stage, and it's great to have the talents of Peter Byrne on stage here with us today. Now, Ian Smith presents one of our popular shows, Mainly Trad, on a Tuesday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Ian is a musician, and we have a special treat for you now as the John Cox Trio perform for us, featuring Ian Smith on trumpet and bass, Michael Edwards on reeds, and John Cox on banjo guitar. Please welcome the John Cox Trio.
Thank you very much. Yes, we're the John Cox Jazz Trio. Mainly because my name's John Cox. We play jazz. And hang on, there's three of us. An original name. Thanks for having us. And of course, Ian Smith, the presenter. And Mike Edwards, who's not a presenter. Two o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon. I live too far away, I can't get the radio.
With, of course, Jeff Tobin presenting the program on Alternative Weeks. So thank you very much indeed, folks, and thanks for being here. Down and write myself a letter and make believe it came from you. Gonna write words oh so sweet, they're gonna knock me off my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom, I'll be glad I got 'em. Gonna smile and say I hope you're feeling better, and close love the way you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came from you. Yeah, Mike. smile and say I hope you're feeling better, and close with love the way you do. Gonna sit right down and write myself a letter, and make believe it came, make believe it came, make believe it came from you.
Thank you very much. Now we're going to change it around a little bit. This is our last song. But we're going to feature Ian on the washboard.
Okay, so the tune is going to be
Sweet Georgia Brown.
Sweet Georgia Brown.
No town maid has got a shade on, sweet Georgia Brown. She's got two left feet, but oh so neat as sweet Georgia Brown. Those fellas sigh and wanna die for sweet Georgia Brown. I'm telling you why. You know I don't lie, not much. It's been said she knocks 'em dead when she lands in town. Those fellas claim it's such a shame how she puts 'em down. And the fellas she can't get must be fellas she ain't met. Georgia named her, Georgia claimed her, sweet Georgia Brown. Now it's been said she knocks 'em dead when she lands in town. Those fellas claim it's such a shame how she puts 'em down. And the fellas she can't get must be fellas she ain't met. Georgia named her, Georgia claimed her, sweet, sweet Georgia Brown.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you to the John Cox Trio. Wasn't that fabulous? Thank you. And don't forget, of course, Ian's mainly trad on a Tuesday afternoon. And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming on stage are members of the Eltham Performing Arts Group with a song from the stage musical Annie. Performing for us are Emily Claringbold, Paige Claringbold, Alexandra Hardy, Gabrielle Hardy, Emma Carson, April Robertson, Hannah Wade, Sienna Ciarani, Chase Murray, and Ava Kuiper. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this wonderful group.
Got no folks to speak of
Fantastic. Wonderful. The Eltham Performing Arts Group, and thank you so much, boys and girls. That was absolutely sensational. And I've got to say, they're instructed by John Lay, and the Eltham Little Theatre will be doing Annie next year, so that's something to look forward to. Well, 18 years ago, in 1997, we did a concert similar to this show at the Heidelberg Theatre in Banyule Road, is it? And on that show, our dear friend and then president of 96.5 Inter FM, Bruce Skeggs, sang a song with the Creole Bells Jazz Band. So let's take you back in time to that memorable concert as Bruce Skeggs sings All of Me.
All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my arms, I'll never use them. Take my lips, I'll not refuse them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? Well, you took that part that once was my heart. So why not take all of me? All of me, why not take all of me? Ah, can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my arms, I'll never use them. Take my lips, I'll not refuse them. Well, now your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? But now you took that part that once was my heart. So why not you go all of me? Yeah, all of me again. All of me.
You're tuned to 96.5 Inter FM. We are broadcasting live again from the Boulevard, aren't we, Santa? Beautiful night here, and we are enjoying ourselves. It's good to have you here. Tell me, how did you find your way again here this year, Santa?
Well, I couldn't follow the lights like I usually do.
It was a little bit more difficult for you, was it?
I had a Melways.
Yeah, that always helps.
that
And a bit of Nat Sav.
Oh, yes. Don't forget about my tom-tom. It's a wonderful
I can
thing.
see Nathan's War has someone over there for us. And who do you have there for us, Nathan? It's Tanya. Say hi to Tanya, Santa.
Hello, Tanya.
Tanya is, how old are you, Tanya? 6 years old, Santa.
6, isn't it a lovely age?
It is a lovely age indeed. Now, is there anything you'd like to ask Santa for this year, Tanya?
I'm listening.
Yeah, that's really good, Tanya. That's code for we've got no idea what she said. That's really good, Tanya. What else? Is there anything else you'd like? A bike, Santa. Now, Santa.
We have rules.
We have
about
definite
bikes.
rules about our bikes, don't we, Santa, please?
Well, first of all, we have to get your helmet.
Yes.
And maybe some elbow pads if you're only, 6?
6 years old.
Yes, definitely elbow pads.
Yes.
And maybe some good advice about not going on the roads.
Excellent. So, Tanya, you make sure you take note of that if Santa brings you that bike this year.
Ooh.
Anything else you'd like? Oh, a puppy, Santa.
Oh,
Puppy. We have rules about puppies too, don't we, Santa?
we certainly do, boys and girls, yes.
What's the rules about the puppies, Santa?
Well,
A puppy isn't
Puppy-
just for Christmas,
Oh,
is it,
no.
Santa?
they have to be fed all the time, you know.
Yes.
Oh, yes, they get hungry at least once a day, don't they? And
They do
need
indeed.
fresh water, and they like a bit of shade.
Exactly.
And all sorts of things. Yes, you really need to look after a puppy. And
I'm sure Tanya. By the way, Tanya, Santa, just wanted to have a check of your list here. Is Tanya on the naughty or nice list this
well,
year?
she's definitely on the nice list.
She's
I
been
haven't
a
got
good girl this
any
year.
names on my naughty list.
Fantastic. So she's
Which
been a
is
good girl.
sad.
Tanya, is there anything you're going to leave Santa this year? Santa,
Oh, yeah.
carrots.
Carrots
For the reindeer
Oh,
and
oh, yes, yes.
What's that? A six-pack for Santa. Well done,
Oh.
Santa.
I normally get a glass of milk.
Well, you haven't had a six-pack for a long, long time, have you, Santa,
Oh,
unfortunately?
I don't know how to handle that.
That's right.
Oh.
So you make sure you have a very Merry Christmas, Tanya, and I'm sure that children aren't allowed to have a look, though, are they, Santa? Not allowed to peek.
Yeah, no, you've got to be asleep.
Gotta
When
be
I
asleep.
come down the chimney, you've got to be fast asleep.
Absolutely.
No peeking. And then you've got to stay asleep till dawn.
Exactly. So there you go, Santa. Do you believe we've been doing this for 20 years? And I would suggest that we've probably spoken to people like Tanya. We've spoken to hundreds and hundreds of people.
Oh, yes, over
And
the
it's
years.
just one of the most amazing things to get down to the boulevard.
I remember I almost got myself arrested there for stopping the traffic.
We did. The police came and wanted to shut the show down one time, and we said, well, you tell those 400 children standing there looking that you're going to shut the show down and see how you
And
go.
what did I say to you? I said, I want front page of the Sun.
And also to the Heidelberger. So in terms of the promo before, we're just a little bit off, weren't we, Mr. Trask? That was last year's promo.
Oh, yeah.
If you're able to listen in Saturday, the 19th of December, between 8
yes.
and 11, it's what community radio is all about, because we had the late, great Clyde Simpson used to stand with us and on the side all the time, a very big man in radio. And he would just have his mouth open wide at the fact that you'd stand there and work with children for 3 hours and not get yourself into too much trouble. But it is one of the really great things of Christmas on the radio station,
It's
and
so
we enjoy
much
and do it
fun.
every year.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Yes.
So
And,
Kevin will be back again this year, okay?
Okay.
Absolutely marvellous. To both these guys, it's the biggest event on the calendar at the radio station, and it will be on the 19th of December on the Boulevard. They'll be there. Where will you be, boys?
Back exactly, I think, is Tim Armstrong here today? Because it's fantastic, because we've been doing it at Tim's place for quite a number of years, and of course the property was sold, but we went back to the same property again, the people that are renting it. We said, listen, we'll give you kids one night of Santa in their own front yard if you let us come back and broadcast. And they said, yeah, we'd love to have you.
We'll
So
have some fun.
we're back in the same place again.
I'm looking forward to it. Who's going to be there on the 19th of December? All the hands are up. Fantastic. Thank you, Paul Walsh and Father Christmas.
Thank you, Kevin. Our 25th birthday concert is proudly brought to you by Danaher's Timber and Hardware of 464 Lower Heidelberg Road in Heidelberg. Danaher's, of course, can meet all of your hardware requirements with an extensive range of tools, paint and fittings. Don't forget their website, danahers.com.au, and they are open 7 days a week. On the other end of the phone at 9457 2645. Danaher's, serving the community and a proud sponsor of 96.5 Inner FM. And your two local Bendigo Bank locations. Don't forget those at 233 Lower Heidelberg Road, East Ivanhoe, and 164 Burgundy Street in Heidelberg. Both branches open 9 till 5, Monday to Friday, 9 till 12 Saturday. When you choose to bank with Bendigo Bank, you are making a decision that benefits you and your community. Our sponsor, the Bendigo Bank, congratulates 96.5 Inner FM on its 25th birthday.
Thank you, Peter Byrne. And now we go back in time again, and this time we're looking at another video presentation prepared by Tim Rivers, and it's looking at where we're going in the future with 96.5 Inner FM.
To get a phone call occasionally from somebody who hasn't been out of their house for 10 years because they're sick, to get that phone call makes the whole thing worthwhile. I get excited about being part of their life.
I've made a lot of friends over the years, and I think anyone that's sort of out there that's lonely and don't know what to do with themselves, community radio is a terrific hobby to get into. And of course I met my husband here too, my Gary, so yes, I've got some fond memories.
It's a great community here. We have over 60 presenters. We don't necessarily have to be friends with any of them, but you do become friends. It's an absolute privilege to be on air.
This is the nitty-gritty. Really, if you want to go hands-on in radio, this is a craft. You learn it here, you work on the panel, you're spinning the grooves, CDs, be as it may, USB, whatever you got, the chips. Turntables, in our day it was turntables and cards. And it was all hands-on, and it still is today.
Some friends, great friends, Bob Claven, the legend, I call him the legend, and of course Joan, the Elephant Lady. And of course everybody thinks, Joan the Elephant Lady, why would you call a lady the Elephant Lady? Well, it's not that she's big, it's just the fact that she collects elephants and she's so sweet.
I asked the kid next door, I said, I've got Johnny Young coming on the program tonight, can you get me All My Loving? Now the kid next door never heard of Johnny Young. So he burnt the Beatle version for me and I stuck that on. Oh! And of course I hit the wrong control to try and get it off, unfortunately. But that was a monumental mistake, and learned from it up there, girls and boys.
Technology has moved on. The internet is different. Community organisations can stream live now and all of those sorts of areas. We have to make a decision which direction we're heading, and I believe that what will happen, because of the strong leadership in 96.5 Inter FM and 3INR, which is the actual name of the organisation, I think that what will happen is that we'll have a path and we will become digital. We will become an ongoing community radio because it offers such a great service.
I'm sure that we and all the other 300 community stations around the country are going to have to go through this process, but I have every confidence that we have the skill, the enthusiasm and the desire to continue on here at Inter FM, providing great radio to our community.
The younger ones are coming up, so I think she'll go for another 25 years.
Who listens to radio? That go where you go, medium called radio. That's with you every night through the long commuter fight, and in the morning with your toast and mama lady-o. Who listens to radio? No matter if it's summer, winter, spring or fall. Who listens to radio? Only 150 million. 150 million people. That's all.
There's no two ways about that, Tim Rivers. That is absolutely marvellous, Tim. Congratulations on a wonderful video presentation. And now we introduce one of the legends in show business. He began in vaudeville all those years ago, and since then has appeared in just about every television show you can mention. Homicide, Division 4, Henderson Kids, I think he was Kylie Minogue's father in that, and played Jack the Barman in The Sullivans for 7 years on Australian television. He's also in the Jeep ad last year, and I believe it's coming back again this year, playing Santa, and I think he just bought a Jeep. I'm talking about Reg Gorman, one of the great legends of Australian show business. And we're very pleased to have Reg with us on the program. Please put your hands together for Reg Gorman.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much. Very glad to be here today. Very glad to be anywhere today.
That's good.
You said that before.
I
didn't
said
you?
that before.
I know.
He always pitches my material.
Carry on. Carry
Okay.
on.
Isn't it true that you were raised in the bush?
Yes, that's right. Yep. I was raised at a place called Tanoni, which is outside Taree in New South Wales.
Did you have to travel getting to school?
Oh, yeah. But we soon solved that.
How?
We didn't go.
Oh. But how did you learn to read and write?
Well, we learnt the alphabet and went from there.
Okay, so you know the alphabet.
Well, I know our alphabet.
Hang on, there's only one alphabet, isn't there?
One bet. Go on, look, you say the letters in order and I'll fill in what they were meant to be in our day.
Oh, okay. I'm going to be sorry, but here goes.
Okay.
Here we go. A.
A for horses.
B.
B for mutton.
B for mutton.
B for mutton, yes.
C.
C for yourself.
D.
A differential. I got that one from my car.
Did you?
Yeah.
What about E?
E for brick.
Yeah,
I know.
I thought so.
Good.
What about F?
Effervescence. It's a bubbly one.
I'm sure it is. And what about G?
G for police. You've got to watch them, especially in the bush.
H?
H for experience. You should know all about that.
Yes, I do.
Being old.
Thank you so much.
Good, it's okay.
I?
Ivan Novello. Ivan Novello, very good piano player.
What about J?
J for oranges.
Very good.
J for oranges. See, J for oranges.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Did you get
what about K?
K for drink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
L?
I thought you were going to invite me. L for leather.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, I bet you did.
M?
Emphasis. Do you like that one?
I liked it very much.
You won't hear the next one.
Okay. N?
Envelope. Envelope. Oh dear.
O?
Over the garden fence, 6 and out.
Okay.
Did you play cricket when you were a kid?
No, never. P?
P for cake.
Mm-hmm. Q?
Q for a song. Just Q for a song.
Oh, good.
Take my hand, I'm a strange-looking parasite.
Okay.
Do you like that?
I love it.
Oh, yeah, I thought you would.
R?
R for Mo.
Okay, very good.
R for Mo.
S?
It's Mo Mbemba, you know.
Is it? Yes,
Yeah, we
I
just
believe it
finished.
is.
It's all gone, yeah.
See that? Yes. What do we get up to? S.
He doesn't know his estimate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What about T?
T for 2.
Mm-hmm. U?
Euphorism. Try and say that with false teeth. Euphorism.
Very good, very good. What about V?
Vive la France. Et puis c'est ton élévation des
You learned a lot of skill, didn't you?
I did,
really?
yes. She loved me.
What about W?
W for quits.
Mm-hmm. X?
X for breakfast.
Oh, very good, very good. X for breakfast, yes. Y?
Y for husband.
Oh, okay.
You got to be careful with
And
that
here's the
one.
last one, Z.
Zephyr breezes.
Oh,
Do you like that?
yeah, I loved it.
Good.
I'm going to get out of here. Thank you, Reg Gorman.
Just as well he's gone anyway, because I'd like to read you a letter that I've got. I think you'll like this. It's a very good letter. I think I better put my glasses on. You know what it is when you get older? You know, you can't see as much. Everything's printed smaller. It is. You've got to pick up the paper. They print it really small. Gosh, it works. Now, this is the text of a letter from a kid from Urrumunga to Mum and Dad. For those of you that don't know, Urrumunga is a small town west of Gympie in the far southwest of Queensland. Dear Mum and Dad, I am well. Hope yous are too. Tell me big brother Doug and Phil that the army is better than working on the farm. Tell them to get in bloody quick smart before the jobs are all gone. I was a bit slow in settling in at first because you don't have to get out of bed until 6 a.m. But I like sleeping in now because all you got to do before brekkie is make your bed, shine your boots and clean your uniform. No bloody cows to milk, no calves to feed, no feed to stack, nothing. You got to shave though, but it's not so bad because there's lots of hot water and even a light to see what you're doing. Now at brekkie you get cereal, fruit and eggs, but there's no kangaroo steaks or possum stew like what Mum makes. And you don't get fed again until noon. And by that time, all the city boys are buggered because they've been on a route march. Jeez, it's only just like walking to the windmill in the back paddock. Now, this one will kill me brothers Phil and Dick with laughter. I keep getting medals for shooting. I don't know why. The bullseye's as big as a bloody possum's bum and it doesn't move. And it's not firing back at you like the Johnsons did when a big scrubber bull got into their prize clouds before the Exer last year. All you got to do is make yourself comfortable and hit the target. It's a piece of piss. You don't even load your own cartridges. They come in little boxes. And you don't have to steady yourself against the roll bar of the roo shooting truck when you reload. Sometimes you got to wrestle with the city boys, and I got to be real careful because they break easy. It's not like fighting with Doug and Phil and Jack and Borry and Steve and Muzzer all at once like we do at home after the muster. Turns out I'm not a bad boxer either, and looks like I'm the best the platoon's got. And I've only been beaten by this one bloke from the engineers. He's 6'5" and 15 stone and 3 pick handles across the shoulders. And as you know, I'm only 5'7" and 8 stone ring and wet. But I fought him till the other blokes carried me off to the boozer. I can't complain about the army. Tell the boys to get in quick before word gets around how bloody good it is. Your loving daughter, Sheila. That's the sort of letter you like to get, isn't it? Now, what I'm going to read to you now is something that happened to me. You see, my wife didn't like me drinking. And I must admit, every time I tell this story, something happens to me because it's like as if I was doing it at the moment. And this is how it came out. You see, I had 12 bottles of whiskey in my cellar. And I was told by my wife to empty the contents down the sink of each and every one of them, or else. Now, when my wife says or else, you do what you're supposed to do. So I said I would and proceeded with the unpleasant task. I withdrew the cork from the first bottle and threw the contents down the sink, with the exception of one glass, which I drank. I then pulled the cork from the second bottle, and I poured the contents down the sink, with the exception of one glass, which I drank. I pulled the cork from the third bottle and poured the whiskey down the sink, which I drank. And then I extracted the cork from the, fourth bottle, down the sink, poured the bottle from the cork on the next, and drank one sink out of it. Then I threw the rest down the glass. I pulled the sink out of the next glass and poured the cork down the bottle. Then I corked the sink with the glass, bottled a drink, and drank the pour. When I had everything emptied, I steadied the house with one hand and counted the glasses, corks, bottles, and sinks. And that came to 29, which isn't bad on one hand. With the other, as the house came by, I counted them again and finally had all the houses in one bottle, which I drank. I'm not under the influence of alcohol, but some think or people I am. I'm not half as drunk as you might think. Drink. I feel so foolish, I don't know who is me, and the drinker I stand here, the longer I get. But one thing about being inebriated is I get melancholia, I get I get very sort of, I want to sing. So what I'm going to do for you now is sing a little song. Can I have some music? Underneath the arches, I dream my dreams away. Underneath the arches, on cobblestones I lay. Every night you'll find me, tired out and worn, waiting for the daylight come creeping, heralding the dawn, sleeping when it's raining and sleeping when it's fine. Trains rattle by above, the pavement is my pillow, no matter where I stray. Underneath the arches, I dream my dreams away. You can sing if you want to. Underneath the arches, I dream my dreams away. Underneath the arches, on those cobblestones I lay. Every night you'll find me, oh so tired out and worn, waiting for the daylight come creeping, heralding the dawn, sleeping when it's raining and sleeping when it's fine. Trains rattle by above, oh pavement is my pillow, no matter where I stray. Underneath the arches, I dream my dreams away. Another one. On the arches, I dream my dreams away. Underneath, where'd you come from? Just sing along. Every day you'll find me. Where'd you come from? I'd played and won. Waiting for the daylight, come creeping, heralding the dawn. Sleeping when it's raining. You're not bad on that, are you? Sleeping when it's fine. I think he's a freak. Rains battle by above. You're not singing at all. Every day. No? No. Last line. Come on. Underneath the arches, I'll dream my dreams away. Oh. Give a hand to my accompanist, please. Very good, very good. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.